A difficult time indeed, not just for the country, but for poll workers this election year as well. Polling locations across the country will look a lot different this year, and not just because of masks and social distancing. Meet Jane Benson. She's a member of the League of Women Voters Greater Green Bay, and she's been a poll worker for 15 years. She's looked forward to working every election, but this year is different.
I had a couple of surgeries and health problems earlier in the year, and now my 90-year-old mother lives with me.
And because her mother requires a lot of care, she doesn't want to risk exposing her to anything. So Benson's message for those who are not taking this pandemic seriously:
we could have been past all this, and that's, I think, the part that's most distressing to me.
Denise Hutchinson is in her 60s, and she will be working the polls on Election Day.
Because it's what democracy is all about. And being engaged and involved in our democracy is really critical to me.
She admits when COVID-19 first hit, she had her doubts about whether or not she'd be able to work the polls on Election Day.
I'm a cancer survivor, and I was worried from that perspective of my immune system is compromised.
Hutchison felt better in August after she worked the polls for the primary and saw how things were being handled when it came to dealing with the pandemic.
Every safety measure that could be put in place was put in place by the mayor's office and the clerk's office, and all of the people who work there were kept in a really safe environment.
Hutchinson says for that reason, she is not worried about working the polls in November. Meanwhile, in Neenah, Mayor Dean Crawford wants to assure people of one thing.
The one thing we want to make sure that we don't do is help suppress the vote. We want to make it as simple as safe as we can for people to want to come out and vote.
The city of Neenah is holding their elections at the vacant Shopco building. It's a 100,000 square foot building where Crawford says they can safely social distance.
It's our responsibility then to make sure we do all the necessary steps to protect them, make sure that they're as safe as possible.
In Neenah, Natasha Arrow, Local 5 Digital.